in this episode, we got a ton of stuff going on. It's over the span of the month. I started in early July, and it's now August, early August. So it's been about a month of stuff going on. We had some animal attacks, upgraded a water system for the chickens, worked on a friend's car, and we had a bunch of animals come through the property. So I thought I'd highlight some of that, including bobcat. That was an interesting encounter. And we've had wolves or coyotes probably playing in the forest. We've had some deer running around. We've got a fawn that's kind of making her place known, and so forth. So it's kind of a jumbled mess, but enjoy kind of what I've been up to this last month. Not something you see every day. Yeah, but that's he's stationed out over Lake Mary Jane. These deerberry plants, they get quite a few berries, so I'm going to pick a handful of these and give them to the chickens. They discovered the berry. I snuck in and put some in the bin there. So they're whooping them down. Oh, getting the dust off you. Anyway, good times. Sitting here working on the tractor, and the deer. Hi, sweetie. For some reason, tractors are not threats to deer, and they'll just wander through. I think she's looking for another way out too. But if I was not on the tractor with the diesel engine running, she would never get this close. I think, yep, there she goes. She wanted to get over the fence about where I'm at, I think. Here I am again in the farm truck. Wanted to gotta pick up all this palmetto I knocked down. But yeah, if I had walked up on this deer, she would have bolted. But now that I'm just here in the farm truck, I'm just oh, there she goes. Just an innocent diesel thing. All right. Around here and pick this stuff up. Just noticed her friend. We have one there. And there's baby. And other one is right there. Kind of hard to see, but right behind the tree you can see there's her head moved. Oh, and we focus on the screen. Here we go. Good times. Aww.
Take a look, shall we?
Welcome to the future. Or should I say, your future.
You didn't get your face.
Here in your future, getting away on vacation is a breeze. Your smart suitcase knows where you're going and what you'll need. And with solar power from your home fueling station, you're off. You won't have to worry about your pets while you're gone, thanks to handy household robots. You'll leave your country home in an ultra-light, ultra-powerful, totally networked family car that can take you anywhere. Since you like to wing it, your virtual travel agent gives you options for hotels and restaurants along the way. You can just relax and take things as they come. Getting there is half the fun, so your family car will be equipped with virtual tools to teach you about the world outside your window. You'll travel quickly and safely to places you can't imagine visiting today. And the moment you arrive at your ultimate vacation destination, you're out of this world and into the future. The end. Or should I say the beginning of your future.
Yes, we do get muscadine grapes. Been hunting around the yard. There's quite a few on this limb. I don't know how to tell, just in general, which ones are going to fruit and which ones are not. But clearly, this one fruited. We'll have to come back and check on it here in a little while. Visit this morning, Mom and her baby. That is not the same little fawn I saw the other day. She is tiny. Hi, baby. So today, well, it's 4th of July. Happy 4th, my Pride Day. So, a couple things. I forgot to start recording before I did it, but gonna hang a hose holder there so that we've got some way to keep that hose up off the ground, and make the loop a little bit larger so it's a little easier to handle that stuff. And then I'm gonna put in an automatic, well, not automatic, a watering system for the chickens. So it's going to include some of these things. When the weight of the water gets up, it tips this down like such. You can see that kind of flex. And that shuts off the water. So I've got all that. I'm using my ATV that Cody and I built to haul things around here. Mostly because it was blocking the farm truck. And the farm truck was blocking the cart I use a lot of the times. But yeah, so I'm going to probably just tee off of the water spigot there and run a hose somewhere around over here and then up to this side, and then just punch through the fence and run just kind of 3 spigot ports out there. The idea is we've got this igloo thing over here. You gotta fill it. It works. It's got the same kind of cups they're used to and so forth, but putting it up over on that side, just convenience for me to run, and then we won't have to come out and fill that. We'll still have the water bucket that we fill for them to step into if it's too hot, so forth. And also that chicken feeder has now worked out really well, and reminds me I gotta adjust that so that the feet where they're stepping opens and closes a little bit. Get them used to that. So let's see how far we get. So we got the pressure regulator in, set at about like 10, 15 psi, pretty low, running to our hose, because that was way easier than trying to trench around the base of a pine tree. Up into here, then what we have is watering cups on the inside, and it looks like they don't overflow unless they splash on them, but they figured it all out so far. I put a vent spigot up here so that I'll get this torn off. Nope, I'll cut it off, so that we can get the excess air out of there, or drain the hot water out if it gets really hot during the day. We can run that out. And we move the old water out. So now they have a keyboard stand, I guess. So that was good. Karen's refilling their waiting tub. I also set the feeder so now that it makes a little bit of a motion, they'll get used to it moving on them. And Karen's got the tub. Oh, now we can test out the hose.
Yes.
I hung the hose so these guys don't try to escape. So we hung the hose up on the tree, so that was another project. So now hopefully that'll make that run a little easier. Here, let me turn it on for you.
Here.
So then it's pressurized and way easier to handle. So there you have it. Yay! Okay, first step is to get this old mount out. It's just mounted to the seat bracket. So I'm going to pull that out because I need to pull some of this dash apart and actually get at the USB or the cigarette lighter there, so we'll just move that all the way out. It's coming out anyway. All right, so I got the Expedition Essentials. I think that's who it is, isn't it? Something like that. Got the mount in. Got the RAM mount in here with the XL phone setup. I would show you what it looks like with my phone in there, but you can kind of see, based on where I sit, you can see most of the phone. Karen put this one here. She wanted it a little bit lower. I think I'd want it a little bit higher. But in either case, it's there. This thing is like rock solid. It was pretty easy to put in. They've got a video on how to do it. I just follow the video. I'm going to order some cables to go from here to there. The white one is just a little bit too long, so it dangles down, bugs me. So, but yeah, got that done. So 2 things today. It got a little hot. I was out mowing, but so there's the backside. He was out way over here earlier, and it took my phone that long to boot to catch him. There he goes. All right, let's see if we can get him. There we go. Just mowed, so he's out foraging for what's left. Yep. Good shot of him there. Got bunnies. Hi, bunny. Just out eating my grass. He was out in the, well, I'm getting all shaky. Trying to walk, and the stabilizer's, I think, freaking out. Anyway, that's my bunny. Figures, I'm getting ready to go over and pick up some debris, and Mom and the fawn are in the woods right where I want to be. So we will go disrupt their meal, I think, because it's going to start raining. See how long it takes them to go, oh, there's a vehicle coming this way. Trim some of these trees a little bit, I think. Yeah, that's right where I want to be. Off they go. Alright. Yeah, because it's this pile of junk here that I'm picking up. We'll get her. So today, I need to swap out the blades on the Kubota Zero Turn, but in order to do that I need to raise the front of it using the gantry, but the ATV, tractor, and farm truck all need to be out there. Then I need to just roll that forward, and then we'll run a strap across the front here and tilt that whole thing up, and we'll get the blades replaced. So that's my effort. Okay, that was pretty easy. Got the gantry set up. It'll be fine. So what we're finding out here is that blade right there. Just got a chunk out of it. The other two look fine. Trying to see. It's a little worn in the middle on that one. That one's a little worn. See how it's kind of swooshy? See what this one looks like. And that one's got a little bit of a cup to it. They're all pretty dull. Maybe you grab the new ones and see what they look like. Yeah, these definitely are square. Straight. There's no swoosh in here like those others have. So the others are probably worn enough. I've got 6, so I've got the 3 here and a spare set. I'll go ahead and swap them all. So for those wondering, yeah, it's a little worn. That's the worst of them, but we'll get them all swapped out. We got all 3 blades replaced. They all spin in synchronicity. So we can just let the gantry down and park this guy and bring everything back. This morning now I'm out here in my sweating and skeeter suit. Kind of keeps the bugs off me. But I'm hunting for blueberries. I've got well, a few in the bucket. Find if I stick the bucket under the blueberry bush, kind of where I'm messing. When they're ripe, they just fall off the branch. So if I knock them free, they fall into the bucket if I'm lucky. I want to try and make a kind of a breakfast cake, they call it, with blueberry. So I need about 2 cups. I did some of this gathering yesterday, and I'm getting some. It takes a little while. Most of what you see on the ground here is, oddly enough, deerberry, which is a member of the blueberry family. So we've got a ton of it out here. I've just got to get used to when to harvest it, because I see some of them have gone and seeded, and others they haven't quite ripened yet. And also kind of keeping an eye out for muscadine grapes. Found a few, threw them into the chickens. But a lot of the time I get quite a few along the trail here, the main north-south trail. Let me see if I can find any more up in here. Been kind of wandering off. See, this here is blueberry. Let me flip around. So that's kind of what we're after, the blueberries there. But if I set my bucket, and I can't do this two-handed, but underneath it, kind of like that, and then start messing with it, they just fall into the bucket. That should be about enough. That may be a cup. So between this and what I got earlier the other day, should be 2 cups. It's just nice getting out here and walking, seeing the plants, beginning to recognize them, and just awesome what God has created for us. All right, we're gonna put the starter in this Mini Cooper, but we noticed a couple things. One is this is the ductwork for the cool air intake, and it's not connected to anything. It just kind of stuffed into the hole there. I already removed the mass air sensor switch. The top of this is exposed. Air filter probably needs to be cleaned. we probably got some stuff to do that for him. This box is letting all of the hot air from the engine compartment in, whereas this duct here is supposed to bring cool air in, but it's not even going to do that. So being disconnected there isn't going to matter because it's going to all just suck in hot air. We can talk about air density, hot or cold, later. But so we've got that, and we need to get it torn down. I've got it in the shop. We were able to use the mighty ATV. Cody helped get it rigged up. And we got it rolled in here. It pulled it just fine. We were commenting that the ATV is probably almost the same size as the Mini Cooper. So weight-wise, it worked out well. It didn't even spin the tires on that thing or not. It just kind of pulled it. So we'll get that apart, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like once we get the air filter off and we can see the back towards where the starter is.
Squeaker. Got a squeaker. Oh, I heard it bark. Okay, there. Ooh.
So as usual, lately I've been forgetting to record stuff, but I got the farm truck in here and it's connected to the log splitter. It was, sorry, didn't mean to make you dizzy. It was stuck back here in the corner, but I've gotten it out. And as soon as I got it out and tried to start it, I almost broke my wrist because it was hydrolocked. So apparently this cover is not enough to keep water from getting in there. And I don't know how in the world water got past that, but directly underneath here is an air filter. Under the air filter is the carburetor inlet, and that just kind of filled the piston with water. Luckily it did not get into the crankcase. That all looked good, but took the spark plug out and got that all out, cleaned up the carburetor with some carb cleaner, and like magic, after like 1,000 pulls, it finally started. So now I can use this. We'll go over to the neighbor's house and finish up on the down tree. I don't know if I recorded any of that either. So he had a tree fall over, and now we're going to go make rounds and split it. I told him he was going to have to split all the wood. I did not tell him that we have a gas-powered log splitter, hydraulic. So hopefully he'll be happy about that. Just wait for him to get off work, and then I'll zip on over there. You had that tree bit go down right there. And I got done working out, and there's deer. Today I need to sort out again what's going on with the Mini Cooper. Get the battery topped off, figure out why the starter doesn't work. Not sure what's going on with that, but go head in. Hopefully I won't disturb the girls having breakfast. So the girls have snapped off several of my watering containers. Sorry, I'm trying to get the latch on the gate. So we're going to try and put these little pipes around them, see if that deters them from bumping into them. It's just the right height that they bump into it and snap those things off. So we'll see if this helps. If not, I may need a whole new redesign. But they're in here making noise, being chickens. Forgot. So we put that sign up to try and keep water from collecting in these. This is oyster shells, and that's grit. So they need some of those throughout the day. I'm going to try and make a shield from some stuff. Broody girl. Hi, Broody girl. This one here in front, this Buff Orpington, the fluffy one, is Broody girl. She came out. She's usually up in her box. Oh, and there seem to be light in the water now, so that's a good thing. Be nice to Broody girl. They're kind of picking on her because, well, she's different. Sad, but that's the way it works. She's drinking. Comes out once or twice a day to get some water and feed, and back into her thing she goes. So while she's out, I should go check the nesting boxes. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. She's usually in 3 or 4. You got a splash. Hi, girl. I know. I am sorry. You go back to doing your business. Let's see what we got in this one here. Oh, we got a Buff Orpington. Hey, girl. How you doing? I won't bug them to pick them up and see what's in there. We will just deal with it. But yeah, so that's the chicken coop. Oh, I forgot to put the ladder back. Let me do that, and I'll call it done. Girls, how you doing? So here's the shield I made. This was kind of taken from one of the carts I got from work. Hey girl, you want to be on camera too? Oh, yeah. And Mom's picking away at my feet. But anyway, so that was the story on that. It should keep the rain out of it. I just kind of zip tied it together and cut it down. I'll show you what it looked like before. This is the cart that came from. It's currently storing water. This is all plastic, which is kind of fun. I got it for parts. This is kind of broken. And the topper fits up on this to kind of shield, I guess, for whatever. Shell's broken, but I figured wheels, the topper, and that handle. This I'm going to add to my welding cart down low. I'll show you that here in a sec. All right, everything's here is in a mess. Don't really feel like getting it all unmessed, but you can see this upper handle here where the gas is there. I'm going to just put another one, since I have it, down low on this frame. Just make a little bit more stability. And then I may actually add the gas welding tanks to that setup. And then there's the cart with that other piece. So you can see that's much wider, that topper on top of there. And I just cut it in half and kind of slid the two sides together and made that shield for the chicken feed. So what that's protecting, that shield, is the grit and oyster shells for the chickens. It was raining and those little bins would fill up with water, and it just made a mess. There's some nutrients in the grit that we buy, and the oyster shells make this kind of concrete clay at the bottom if it gets wet. So I'm like, yeah, we should probably just build a shield for that. Right now I'm getting ready. Hurricane Debbie's coming through. So we've got some storm coming in. This is kind of the calm. We're getting kind of the outer bands of it as it came in. This is on Sunday as Debbie's kind of making her way through. But anyway, that's that story. Yeah, these are getting a little fewer and far between. But so it's been a month about that I've been doing these, releasing them. This one's a little jumbled. Sometimes I get something recorded and I forget to follow up and tell you what actually ended up happening. The Mini Cooper finally got fixed. I don't think what was the starter. It was probably just a loose negative battery cable that was not getting the amount of power out that was needed to be able to run the starter and get that going. So that worked. I did put the ladder back in the chicken run, so that set back up. The pipes have eliminated the problem of them breaking off those watering cups in the chicken run. So that's good news. That's all been working. I don't know, there's probably something else I forgot to close the loop on. Oh, it was kind of jumbled, but I was replacing the mount for my phone in the Toyota Tacoma. So that's where that started. I probably should have introed that a little bit better, but hindsight's 20/20. I go back, and as I'm editing these things, I'm like, there's stuff I should have said. But yeah, it's becoming more of a video log of the month than really a show about how to do things. So that's where we're at. There's probably other things that are coming up here. I've gotten a lot more of the forest cleaned up. I'll show you some video of that maybe in the next month as I trim and get things cleaned up. Once I got the palmetto out of the way, it's easier to drive the tractor with the brush hog through things. Driving it over palmetto is like driving over a jumbled pile of pickup sticks. It throws the tractor all over, and it hurts the blades worse than the one that you saw, probably, just because it's grinding against the palmetto trunks. So now that I've gotten more of that out, the brush cutter is actually effective, and I've gone through and cleared a bunch of that. Going to start limbing up some of the trees so that the forest looks more like a forest instead of an overgrown mess. Getting the muscadine and the greenbrier picked up so that it's not growing up into the trees and some of that. So it's all good. We're having fun. This coming Saturday, we're going to start back up with the car care ministry. So we'll have another batch of cars in here that we'll fix. So that's going to be fun. Anyway, take care. If you haven't hit like, subscribe, go for it. It might remind you of when I actually post stuff, because it's fairly infrequent now at the moment. But take care, and as always, God bless.